Okay. Hello, everyone. This is the ExO Economy Core call, first in a series of a great many today. That doesn't make any sense. It's the most recent in a series of a great many, and we're happy to be here, and I'm happy to be here, and we've got a crazy week going on. So I am totally out of sorts at the moment, but I want to get a couple of administrative things out of the way. Number one, this meeting happens every single Tuesday, currently at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. There are two primary goals for this meeting. One is for anybody to propose and have their proposals in Sway updated or get advice on them to improve them, and then possibly to get people voting for community projects that use EXOs. The second primary goal of this meeting is to let everybody update us briefly on the projects that they have and that they are doing that involve EXOs in the Open EXO community, almost exclusively true. And then everybody else that's listening gets those updates and has an opportunity to ask if they need anything or ask questions or provide support. That's what these calls are for. It's a small little nexus once a week of communications about all things EXOs and the EXO economy. So welcome. And with that, I'm going to hand over to our first presenters today, which will be, what did I say already? I forgot. I said Nikki, Kevin, Eric, Vanessa, Lisa, and then Najib.
All right. Thank you, everybody. I have a bit of a list, so I'm just going to read for brevity. Accolades. I wanted to thank the dream team. That's Eric, Angelo, Vanessa, and Jay for participating in the town hall and reveal events last week. They've got 2 more to attend and participate in this week, too. That's the crazy. Jay actually pulled off a really stellar rebrand for the slides that came in last minute, and he actually repurposed it on the 1st, which was the day of the event. And it's kind of saved the day. It was beautiful. And I wanted to thank Open EXO marketing ops team for running the tech, Kevin and Jill on both events. It de-stresses me to have them behind the fields doing their thing. Wanted to thank Kent for completing the reveal event with a live demo of how the download of the wallet went. That was perfect. It was kind of the polish, the bow that kind of made the gift just right. And then thank Ray and Kate for a beautiful rebrand of the wallet art, and hope to update the tutorials once it comes into existence, which will be whenever the next version would be. We do have new creatives, and Vanessa started posting those today. So we've got birthday creatives, and we've got other creatives with quotes from the team, from people basically doing presentations across the community, and now featuring them. And a new doubling blog is ready to go. So we'll be posting that today or tomorrow. Just to explain more about what this event is coming up on Thursday. I made an offer to get a project manager to help work with us because we just keep getting busier and bigger and growing. And so if he says no, I'll post it in the WordPress site and basically, or the marketplace, and basically make some offers to the community to come work with us. Let's see, town halls. We've got a town hall today. We all already had one today, actually, wee hours of my morning. And then again at 11, and we're basically introducing decentralized finance. So make sure you watch for those notifications. It's a weekly call. So if you find the right time zone for you, that's the same link each week through May 18th. So be sure to make that in your calendar. And then we've got the April 8th birthday and doubling coming up on Thursday. And part of it's pre-recorded, but a lot of it's going to be live now. And we just have a birthday countdown ready, and we're going to turn on the doubling so everybody can start to submit their qualifications for doubling in this event. So we have a purse of 1 million tokens. We'll be donating basically anybody who engages with the community of 20 different ways of measuring the success. They get a chance to win up to 10,000 of those tokens per person. That's my updates. I have a couple of needs for later. Eric.
Thanks, Nikki. Good seeing everyone. And so again, congrats to Nikki and the rest of the team for all their great efforts. It's been pretty astounding. This is definitely the month to be active, right? So for those of you that are watching this live or watching this recording later, April is definitely the month. As Nikki mentioned, this Thursday, April 8th, is the 3rd anniversary party for the EXO economy and the EXO's tokens. So lots going on there. She mentioned the doubling event. And if that wasn't enough, I got to put in an additional plug for the town halls that are happening, right? So the next one is later today, and that's at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, and 7 p.m. European time today. So that's always on a Tuesday. These are the DeFi town hall events. The link is in the chat, so definitely check that out. Other than that, there's a lot of work happening behind the scenes, as you can imagine, ongoing work with bringing the EXO's token to market. So there are meetings planned, proposals to be reviewed, documents to be edited. It just pretty much doesn't end, but thanks to Ken and everybody else for helping out with that. Najib as well. I'm sure Najib will be talking about the next EXO's core wallet release, which I think, if I'm doing my math right, is 1.0.18. As you probably saw through all the usual channels, 1.0.17 is available now. And this is the EXO's core wallet. So definitely this is the wallet to pick up. It's looking great. So thanks to the team for that. Over to Kevin.
Awesome. Thanks. Thanks so much. So on my end, really the focus in terms of update is assisting on all the events that are happening and driving more of the community there. This morning we had a DeFi town hall, not super well attended, but still hopefully there was some valuable information, and of course it was recorded, and that recording is will hopefully be up on the platform soon. And really the big focus being on the third birthday, and then also making sure that we can get people to understand the importance of this doubling event. So working as close as possible with Nikki and Vanessa, and to make sure that we can sort of market internally into our community to make to get people to do it, right? Because for 20 days you're going to see very little, given the power of exponential, and then you really start to see that flat curve could be a problem. So we're really going to need to be motivating for people. So that's really what the focus is in terms of the EXO economy. I don't know who was supposed to be next. Vanessa?
Right. I'm gonna share the stats for the past 5 days since beginning of April, and I've been sharing all the posts with the images that Jay made. Love them all, and the GIF that he has been making for us. Also, I'm gonna be working on something for Nikki to add to our guide of our help page on the EXO economy. As well, there's gonna be some new updates that Ken has shared on the OpenEXO platform on the circles. It's gonna be added to the blog as well. That's pretty much it. I've been kind of trying to monitor the interactions of people on Telegram. There was somebody that was frustrated about a token that he purchased that had nothing to do with ours. So yeah, just trying to send the information and the links to the people so they get the right one.
Okay. I'll add that to the agenda as well to talk about that particular incident. Thanks for the reminder, Vanessa.
All right. Lisa?
Yes. So the book project is coming along. The Friday is actually a busy week for everybody, it seems. Friday is our deadline for the curators. So this weekend I sent an email out. I made it really short, so maybe people actually read it. So I put a link in it there are just 2 links. One is the link to Thursday's event with the transcripts and the videos. And then the other link is the checklist for each group to look through and make sure that they've covered all these pieces needed for their chapter groups. So I've been emailing certain groups to just see where they're at. And I think yesterday was definitely a holiday for a lot of people because there wasn't a lot of activity, and I woke up to a significant amount of emails. So I'll be going through those emails today. And I imagine this weekend will be busy just putting everything together for Mike Malone, and then also just looking where there might be some gaps and contacting groups. And also some groups want to meet with Salim. So
Just
coordinating
really
with-
quick, Lisa, because every time we have this meeting, there may be new people who have no idea what you're
Oh,
talking about.
sorry.
Lisa is running a project to write the second edition of the book that spawned an awful lot of things around the world called Exponential Organizations. So the second edition is due to go to publisher as a final manuscript in July or August, I believe, at the latest. And that's what she's updating on. There's still plenty of time to participate in various ways, even though there are deadlines. I think, Lisa, you could probably still use some input and help. So if anybody's interested in being part of the second book, please contact Lisa. And then it's a big project. It's huge. And the thing that's amazing about it is that we are crowdsourcing the creation of the book from the Open ExO community itself. There are something between 80 and 100 different curators working on different chapters all at the same time through a series of live events. And then we've got Mike Malone, who was the writer and co-author on the first book. Also, he is going to be taking all of that in and turning it into a final manuscript to submit to the publisher. And we're all very, very excited about the update 5 years on of the book Exponential Organizations. So just to do a little bit more plug for you there, and know it's a huge project and you're working your hearts off, and it's been great. So yeah, congratulations, Lisa.
Yep.
Okay, next was, I believe we're going to go over to Najib next.
Yes, if I am able to find the unmute button. A few updates here. I would say let's start from some people have been waiting for the data platform to go live. Very quick, without to go too deep into the technical aspects. We initially thought that we would do partial job and move it quickly. However, we did the test this past week and we were not too happy with it. And what it means is we were still using one piece, one only lab piece that on Electron. On the back end, remember the structure, I want to take a minute here. This application and data is a very good example on how to use the blockchain itself. And what I mean is these are the app. Basically, we have a layer where we have the application, and you have to see in the front end, but all the communication with the blockchain is using any of the software that we're using. We didn't want to reuse that part. That was the purpose of this the app. In this case, we were using Electrum, and it was failing, as you guys may figure out that we were complaining that the transaction would not be receiving, and it was a lot of load. We were using in a way that we were expecting a lot of campaigns, and the problem came out. Then we decided just to migrate everything to the full node, the new software that is based on the ExO's core wallet, was more advanced and is more open to many things. And then we decide, okay, in a rush, let us not migrate the wallet because it requires some time. We did the test, and it failed one time, and one time that it failed was enough for us not to be too happy, to be honest. And then what we are doing right now, we already did under at the end of actually was the last at the end of the last week, we migrated to the full node. Then what we are facing is we need to migrate the entire 100 or more plus campaigns that we have created. We did create wallets on that platform. The issue here is that we are attached to something that is called the standard VIP39. Many wallets use it, but a few years ago, Electron decided not to use BIP39. Then we are in an issue to migrate those wallets, and It looks like many other projects are trying to do the same, but none of them have done it. Then that's the pain when you are trying to do it first time, and you are the only one doing it. But we are almost there. Then the decision that we have taken is we are going to spend up to today. If we are not able to do it, we will create those wallets. What is the implication there? I want to be very upfront, is that everyone that had any campaigns, they need to go and review the addresses that they were using. Most likely, some of you will not have any issue, but we want to be very upfront. If that's the path that we are going to take in these next 24 hours to go live on Thursday, we will let you guys know about that, because that's the only thing that's the only issue there. But we didn't want to just people to say, hey, I send the funds to my actual campaign address and that address is no longer valid, because we don't want people to lose tokens. Then it's very serious, this thing, but again, we have a way to I would say an alternative solution. And that's, I want to go deep on the explanation, because I think many of you have been chasing me, because you have people chasing you, and we personally have a lot of campaigns there, people to collect. And I just want to know that it's not that I am ignoring you guys, is that we are working very heavily on that. Going to the second one on the wallet, we are planning to have a new release in the coming weeks. We have seen, and thanks a lot for everyone that has posted your errors and issues. We see two actually. I'm very happy because not because for Nikki and Vanessa has no work, it's because you has been showing us the string cases. No one has shown us more string cases than you two, but that's good. You know, that's part of the process just to create things, and we have done many. But the good thing about those two, and I wanna ask everyone, you guys did it in a public channel. Everyone is learning from you guys. Everyone is supporting you guys. I appreciate. I know that I'm trying less and less, and I want that everyone to understand. I don't want to sound and look mean, but I'm stopping to reply to direct messages, because I'm receiving too many. And believe me, it's because not because I don't want it, it's because really I don't have enough time just right now. Then I think all of us can do a better job sharing those ones and those public channels that we have there in Discord, and we have seen them, people is learning. And again, many of you and many other ones that are not on this call, they are contacting me and with exactly the same question. That means I can reply to you, but then if someone else there that is having the same problem, is going to learn from that. Then again, this is the invitation for everyone to post those messages there on the Discord public channel, and that's, and everyone can help. About the wallet, we already went through a second iteration. Actually, I'm very happy to see the new iteration on the wallet is looking super nice. We need to eventually, I don't know, maybe Nikki, I don't know if Ray already shared with you, I don't know who, because we need to feedback to him. I know that he did it on last Friday, and many of you guys were on holidays, but and that's and we retake that one, because I think he's waiting for the feedback from the team. That's and I already did some feedback to him, but I think it's important the feedback coming from either Nikki or Ken, or I don't know who is. But that's saying he can do the next iteration, because that's basically what is going to be the big change on the new release. It's changed everything. That's saying it start to look nice again. Looking forward to just to find those bugs that Nikki and Vanessa were facing, and many other ones, but we have less and less and less of those bugs. We are trying, and I don't want to commit for this next release because a lot of things been changing, is to start to digital sign the code, especially for Apple, because I know that is really a pain and it's a big issue. People say, you know, this is not a developer knowing, but we know how to resolve. But Apple is making it more and more safe. And what I mean is, even our code, we involve third-party code, and they're asking us to sign third-party code, and then it starts to be convoluted from there. That's the reason that we have been slowing down, because we can sign ours, but they are forcing. We already did a test, and we signed our code and it was rejected. They reject the code because they say that we need to sign everyone that we involve, and then there is when start to be not that easy. I think that's so far. I'm very excited to the new face of the wallet. It's looking so good. It's very look alike like you have seen in the new website.
Najib, one quick question. how are we doing with the migration? And is anybody measuring that, or because I think that's very important for the whole community.
It's a good point. The migration, I'm going to touch 2 points, and actually I see here some notes. In that sense, we are clear on the message for all of us. We are migrating from a wallet that has been called ExO's QT. ExO's QT wallet is going to be deprecated, meaning we will not be supporting in the near future. That people must migrate right away to the new wallet, because otherwise your tokens will be going through later on in the future to a long path to migrate them. Here is the opportunity to migrate them in a one shot. Send your tokens from that wallet to the new wallet. It's very simple. Right now, the network is supporting the QT. Then that's not meaning that you may lose your tokens, but you may need to go to an extra step process to export your wallet and a bunch of other things that I don't want to go here. Electrum, for some of you that have been asking me, is what we call light wallet. It only download what it calls the head. The headers of the blockchain, and then it has some other functionalities more focused onto the multi-signature. We don't have multi-signature, but the Electrum is not an staking wallet. We are not replacing Electrum at this moment, and Electrum is going to be for a while because we have a lot of multi-signature wallet. We are right now replacing ExO's QT. We will start this week, I think on Thursday, start to broadcast messages to those wallets. It's going to be there with a link. You need to update your wallet right away. That's the path. We have seen more and more people. At this moment, I cannot just say what is the percentage. Remember that we have a pseudonymous, but we still have seen some wallet there, and we will expect with this broadcast message to try to make a push for people to migrate.
All right. There are a lot of things to deal with regarding this stage of the ExO economy, and especially around wallets. So number one, I would ask everybody to please be patient. When you innovate quickly, things can get a little bit messy sometimes. And so we are moving fast, but we are also moving with a lot of purpose. So don't stress out too much, and just try to keep an eye on the messages. The primary place for communications about all of this is the OpenExO platform community circle. Everything gets posted there. Everything also gets posted in lots of other places, but sort of your canonical reference point should be messages in that circle, in those forums, because we can edit them if we need to and things like that. So it's important. So please keep an eye there, and we'll do the best we can to keep everybody informed through these meetings, through the town halls, through the emails, through all the different means we're trying to use to communicate everything that's going on. Thank you for the update, Najib. I want to call a break here. Marcelo, welcome.
Hi, how are you?
Very well, thank you. I understand that you have a proposal for us today. You've put something in Sway, and you'd like to take a couple of minutes to tell us about your proposal. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so we do need to keep these relatively brief. So, aim for that kind of 5 to 10 minute period, and then we'll take input against your proposal. If anybody has advice to share, questions to ask, or wants additional information, you'll be able to provide that. So around 7 to 10 minutes for any presentation or exposition, and then around 5 minutes maximum for any Q&A period. And then we can obviously take these things offline, take them into the community, take them into Discord. There's a lot of choices, and we'll go from there. And obviously, Marcelo's proposals, thank you for doing that, Marcelo, are in Sway. If I say that and you're like, what's Sway? Well, ping us in the chat. We'll figure out how to get you in there so you can participate, and we'll go from there. Marcelo, the floor is yours for the next few minutes.
Thank you so much, Kent. Nice to meet you all. I want to share my 2 proposals I've uploaded to Sway platform. So let me see if I can share my screen. Yes, I can do that. Let me see here. Just 1 second. Here is both proposals I've uploaded. The first one is the event for the fintech community in Central America and the Caribbean, and the second one is connecting ExO with the most important community in the IT industry in the same countries, 7 countries we work. Let me share you first one. The first proposal is with this event. This event, the name is 100 Ideas. You can find it in 100ideasenvivo.com. Here is the link. So this is the 3rd edition of this event. We did the first one in February, that is this one, Vision 2021, where 10 speakers talk about 10 ideas on how we should expect from this year. The second one was about digital innovation, and the third one will be about fintech. This will be the topics we will cover in that event, the audience about all the financial sector in the region. And here are some of the speakers we will have in the event, speakers from Guatemala, from Panama, from Dominican Republic, from Costa Rica, Colombia, the United States, and different countries. So, and we have, these are the topics. Here you can find, I'm sorry, I don't know. Here is. Here are the topics we will cover, and we have some sponsors like Huawei, Finastra, Vaya, and Visa. What I propose to OpenExO community is to be one of the sponsors of this event, and to have this 10 minutes, not 10 minutes, 20 minutes to talk about 10 ideas of a digital economy and how the tokens we can leverage our countries. As I said before, we cover countries like Panama, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Honduras, El Salvador, Guatemala, and Dominican Republic. And with all of them, we work for this event. We expect about 400 people about the financial sector. And I think one way to improve the presence of OpenExO in the region is an event like this. We used to do several events in our region. OpenExO took part in some of them. And in this time, I'm asking for your support to be part of this event, to have a speaker from OpenExO, and to give some tokens to each one of those speakers that are leaders in the different countries in this area of digital economies and fintechs. And we will create some interaction moment with the audience to give them also some tokens so they can create their wallet, and we can create more use, one more case of use of ExO's token. So this is the first one. The second one is more complex. We started 15 years ago with this platform, IT Now. We started with a physical magazine, then we moved to digital platforms, then to events face-to-face, like the Tech Day. It was the most important event, presential event in our region. We used to do it once per year per country in those 7 countries, between 500 to 1,000 people face-to-face in those events, in each one of those events. Last year, we started with virtual events like IT Now Live. We will have it again next May. And we did last week, we finished last week Connecta B2B Live, other event where OpenExO was part 2. And this year we launched this platform that is our community platform.
Hey, Marcelo, I'm sorry to be rude.
Yes.
We're at about 7 minutes. So help us get to the ExO's crossover point, and let's get into the Q&A piece.
Of course. The point in this one is just we will reward people with tokens for their participation and for the creation of content about digital economy, OpenExO, and the interaction of this IT community in Central America. This is the core of the idea. And those are the both projects I present in Sway. Here are the links. I think you have to look for it here.
Yeah, you
And
just
here
click
are
the
both-
collaborate button and it'll show you all of the active proposals. That's right.
Yeah. So here is
Great.
the link for those who are not yet in Sway. So now, if you have questions, I'm ready to answer.
Okay, so really quickly, Sway is where we do our idea sort of formation. So people have ideas, they have proposals, they're asking for things from the ExO economy, like ExOs to run their projects or to connect communities together, as Marcelo is doing. And Marcelo's been a friend of the Open ExO community for some time now. So really excited to see you looking to grow that, Marcelo. That's fantastic. And so the ask will be that everybody please read Marcelo's proposals if you have not done so yet. And there's ways in Sway to provide all kinds of helpful feedback for him if he needs it. I have not read them yet, and I will read them soon. So and provide any feedback directly there. Does anybody have questions or comments from Marcelo about his presentation today? Got some applause. All right. Thumbs up. Yep, here we go. Great. All right, Marcelo, wonderful job. Thank you so much for coming. And we'll all go and read your proposal and provide feedback there. And that will get us back onto track here. I'd love to hear any update from Yaroslav and from Cesar next. Brief updates on your different projects as they interact. And Michelle, are you still here, Michelle? I don't see him. But anyways, let's go with Yaroslav and Cesar really quick. And I'm trying to reserve the last 15 because we have a lot of questions come in, and I'm going to try to address as many of those as I can before the end of the call.
Great. Greetings, everybody. Thank you, Kent. So I run the training and certification business or kind of area of Open ExO. And the key updates is we've just started another coach certification cohort and consulting certification cohort as well. And in relation to the economy, I just wanted people to know that we are taking a portion of seats, always fundable in ExOs. So actually, we get sometimes people coming in and kind of saying, well, you know, I'd like to take the course, but I cannot afford it. Maybe the exchange rate is not right, or you know, for whatever reason, I cannot afford right now to pay the fee. But it is possible to actually earn ExOs both in the marketplace and through the projects like the Doubling Challenge. So for whoever you know in the community would like to take the training and certification courses and does not have the cash to pay for them, they can participate in all of the different activities that that the ExO economy is doing. They can earn ExOs and then they can pay with these ExOs and actually take the courses. So I think it's quite a nice way to be able to get through these courses, even though maybe not having to find it yourself. So I just wanted to kind of make that link for people because I think it's maybe sometimes not clear, and I think that's quite important. On the other side, we are actually developing additional courses. We're currently focusing on the next course will be on digital marketing and helping our community to market themselves better. So that's coming shortly. And we are also working with quite a few people on different language mutations of our training and certification courses. So one is going to be soon released, the Portuguese foundations. So that's going to be a third language. We are currently English and Spanish, but this is going to be the third one. And then we are also kind of well on the way of having Chinese foundations, actually foundations in Chinese. And also the team is now working on the EXQ has been translated, but they are also translating the consultant certification into Chinese as well. So besides that, we have several conversations on other language mutations and partnerships as well. So if any of you are kind of in a country that has a non-standard language or perhaps not just English, and you're interested to take that, there are some nice revenue sharing opportunities around all of our courses when you work to translate them into other languages. So I think that's the gist, Kent.
Fantastic. I know that we just launched EXO Foundations launching, sorry, not quite clear on the actual go live, EXO Foundations in Portuguese. So that was super exciting. One of our community members did a great job there, Francisco Milagres. in working with the training team. And I'm hoping to see it in all of the, 42 languages OpenExO speaks as a community. That would be amazing. But one at a time at the moment, that's kind of where we are. So thank you for the update. Cesar, would you like to provide any updates from anything fluid chains related or Ruta related?
Yeah, sure. Let's try. I'm on the subway here in Boston in my way to see Eric later today. But I want to say a couple of things. One, as Rutano has been in the past very active working with Marcelo in some of the events, as he proposed today, and it's been very good for Rutano. And I think the second proposal on content is very good because it will provide a lot of exposure from Exos into the content. And this kind of thing we did before in Rutano and it's working well. Then from fluid change perspective, what I want to say is that Majid mentioned Dada, which is our first decentralized app. But then Certifico, we keep getting good feedback from the market and interests and customers. We are now with Marcelo integrating with the platform as well with Connecta B2B. And every time that data is used, every time that Certifico is used, we are using the ExO blockchain. So it's a very good use cases. And everybody is invited to try those apps, even distributing tokens or generating decentralized certifications with an end-to-end solution as Certifico. With Vicky and Vanessa, we are planning to do a session on Certifico. I guess it's planning for coming week, but we will let everybody know when it is planned.
Okay, Cesar, just so you know, your microphone was having some issues there. We did hear you. It was just a little scratchy, kind of reminded me of when they would do the record scratching in the 80s. But we did hear you, so we'll keep going. Thank you, everybody, for your updates. Quick, if anybody needs to do a brief project update, this would be the moment to raise your hand. This would be a project you're working on in the community that's with using EXOs or plans to use EXOs in some way. Last call for that. Gerardo.
Yeah, so as you know, I was not present. I'm sorry, I was sick. I want to tell you that for the Manateja project during the EXO Prize, we realized that we do not have the right team for doing the project. So we decided to put the project in pause. Vanessa and I, we're still collaborating with Japin on Free the Food, but for the moment, we put Mana on pause.
Okay.
If not, as you said, I am collaborating with Sylvia with a very nice project using quantum computing and EXOs. To help consultants and coaches. It's like a data analysis and intelligence service. So it's very interesting. And on the other side, I am working with the folks in EXO France and Belgium. We're still working in translating content in French. So that's it on my side.
Okay, got it. All right, thank you, Gerardo. So we are at the 45 mark for the meeting. So I'm going to take the next little bit to facilitate in and take some shots at answering some questions. If I can't answer it, I'll ask if anybody else here has anything to add. So first one, and this is coming in a couple of different channels. Do we have a wallet guide or update guide? Everybody has probably heard that we're deprecating QT. We're continuing to use Electrum. It has really important utility and multi-signature that we have. And then there will also be the full node, right? These are all wallets in one way or another. But we're deprecating the original staking wallet called EXO's QT. And we're going to be doing this a bit more aggressively and quickly than we have wallets in the past, because it is crucial that that we get everybody over to ExO's Core, which is the new wallet. So when you hear us talk about ExO's Core version 1.0.17, that's the current release. If you have not yet downloaded that wallet and you are involved in the ExO economy, you need to get on with that and download that wallet and start the process of just the way you migrate your tokens, just send them to the wallet. It's send them to yourself, basically, one wallet to the other, like you're spending them on yourself. And so there are a lot of reasons why we need to get to that, and I'm not going to go into them all today. So just to be clear, ExO's Core is the primary and official and future wallet of the ExO economy for handling your ExO's tokens. ExO's Electrum is used when you have needs like treasury management for multi-signature, because ExO's Core does not do that. Really, that's all you need to think about if you're a client-side user. If you're a developer, you need to know about ExO's Core and you need to know about the full node. All the information for that is on the GitHub repositories. All the release notes are on the GitHub repositories. The team's been doing an excellent job with that. So please head over there to github.com/ExO Economy and browse around to some of what you'll notice sort to the top as the most active projects. We will take this conversation and continue about wallets in the OpenExO platform community circles and other places like Discord, Telegram, and the 50 other places where messages about this are exchanging. And I'm sorry to that person who sent me the slight frowny message about all the new wallets. We are moving quickly. I apologize, but you know, the space is moving quickly. It's not just us. We're working to keep up and stay ahead of the curve. So it can feel a little uncomfortable. And I do understand that. It's uncomfortable for us too, but we just do the upgrade and learn it and move on. So now, as for walkthroughs, I know that Nikki and team have done a bunch of information. The right place to look for all of this is going to be the economy website, economy.openexo.com. Nikki or someone, anybody, if I'm sharing these URLs, can you please put them in the chat and the YouTube and everywhere else while I'm talking? I won't be able to do it at the same time. So on that website, we also have a blog called Insights. More and more and more, you will see that being a primary place where we post new information, new releases. So please take a look at the Insights blog on economy.openexo.com. And all of the stuff that we post on Insights, we replicate out to all the social channels. All the social channels gets retweeted out to all of the other company channels, organization, community channels, and then through the ambassador network, and then through the community. So there's a whole network of stuff going on there. So the next one I got is there was and this one's a bit bothersome. There was a post in our Telegram group about someone who had said that they went out and bought some EXO tokens. And they used the description, capital E, little x, little o. Well, that's not our token. We don't have anything to do with that. I actually thought that token was completely dead. I don't know anything about that token. We did know that it existed because several years ago when we stood up our blockchain, we ran into that, but it looked like the project had been abandoned, but we couldn't use the ticker because it had already been taken. It's kind of like when somebody already has your DNS name, you just can't do anything about it. So we are not EXO, the token. That is not a thing for us, and it never will be probably. So ours is capital E, capital X, capital O, capital S, EXOs. And I know I'm sitting here saying it and it's confusing, but it is crucial that you make sure, just like you would if you were going to a website, that you're on the right website, and especially if you're going to be spending money buying something. So if you're, those are not the same token. EXO, capital E, lowercase XO, and capital EXOS, not the same token. What is our token is another one that I got that question in just now. I'm summarizing a few things that came from different channels. Our token is a native asset, which is a native digital asset of the EXO's blockchain. The EXO's blockchain is standalone. It is not a fork of anything. It is not Ethereum. It is not something else. It is a standalone public permissionless blockchain with a native digital asset called EXOs, which is our token, our cryptocurrency, if you like. And it has been that way since its inception. The mining mechanism we use is called proof of stake. This is what Ethereum is moving to. Someone has made that point in the chat. Ethereum 2.0 will be proof of stake. We are not Ethereum 2.0. We are a public, permissionless, standalone blockchain with our own native digital asset called EXOs. That is the sort of the default or the native digital asset of the OpenExO community. As a community, as a global community in 132 countries, speaking 42 languages with over 7,600 members, we have our own currency. We have our own economy. And we are a small but global emerging economy in the world. And that has a lot of interesting implications for our community. So that's the best answer I can give to that right now. And so it is its own project. It is completely unique in the world and it is standalone. I hope that helps. There's a question about MetaMask. So EXOs not being an ERC20 token are not compatible with MetaMask. So that's just not a thing. Now, to confuse issues, one of the things that happens is people create bridges from one blockchain to another through something called wrapped tokens. EXOs, as a native asset of the EXOs blockchain, is in the process, the EXO economy is in the process of creating a wrapped token to run on Ethereum, to bridge between our own native blockchain and Ethereum. That is going to be called lowercase w, EXOs, WEXOs, if you like. Not everybody likes that, but it's fine with me. So WEXOs will be an ERC20 token and it will be Ethereum compatible and it will operate as a bridge, if you like, between those two blockchains. This is normal, it is how it's done, and it is also going to allow us, and this is not a topic we'll get in right now, we have a call at 11 a.m. Pacific today to talk all about DeFi, but that is how we get to the world of decentralized finance. Because that WEXOs token operating on the Ethereum blockchain as a bridge back to the EXO economy's native blockchain, EXOs, will be able to operate on exchanges like Uniswap or PancakeSwap or SushiSwap or any of these funnily named exchanges out there, decentralized exchanges, or DeFi as it is often called. So I hope that helps with that. Let's see, let me see what these other questions are.
Kent, while you're looking there, one thing I just did want to say around that person asking about the fact that they bought EXO token, etc. And Najib has also mentioned this before. Please, especially everyone who's on this core and is sort of in the core, we also need to be very careful around people who are really just out there being bad actors. I wish we didn't have bad actors in the world, but there are going to be people who are going to come onto Discord, be in the Telegram group, that are going to try and come up with a good story to get you to share your details, etc. So remember, we do need to be careful about that as well. I just got the sneaky suspicion that that's what that person may have been about, but maybe I'm completely wrong, and that's not the case. But just another reminder about that.
That's awesome. So let's do that. Let's do that security disclaimer. Number one, most of our wallets have seed phrases, which are 12 unique words. No one legitimate will ever ask you for your seed phrase. It's very clear, right? Period. Like there's no other words to go on that. If someone asks you for your seed phrase, they're a bad actor. Okay. Period. Now when you're getting support, when you need help, right? People like myself and Jeev or others that are helping throughout the community, and we're trying to bring on more support people to help with the growth. Now they will ask you to like see your screen and stuff like that, but you're going to know who those people are. They're going to be in this group. They're not going to be some random person that you've never heard of. And if you have any suspicions at all, you just need to check back with someone in this group and make sure. It's tricky with this, and we do our very, very, very best to be able to protect everyone from everything. But sometimes you just have to use good common sense. And if something doesn't feel right to you, just stop and go and check with the core and say, hey, do you know so-and-so? And because they're asking me to share my screen or whatever. And just do this publicly, even on Discord, because it's okay. You know, Kent asked me for a screen share the other day. Is Kent legitimate for, you know, I'm like, yeah, sure, ask. It's totally fine. You know, it's not going to upset me that you're trying to be careful, right? And that you're trying to, now it might upset somebody if they're trying to scam you, right? That person might get upset, and that's great because that will expose them. So just know that you need to protect your tokens, just like you protect your bank account. You know, you need to only share that very, 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 very selectively. And we're evolving in all of this too. The token is 3 years old now, almost. Just in a couple of days, it'll be 3. So that's the last thing I want to say today. That's all I'm going to do for the security disclaimers today. Perhaps we'll add that in as a regular part of the kickoff to this meeting, Kevin. Just, you know, read out the, you know, the disclaimer right at the beginning. And but I wanted to point out 2 things. One, we're having a series of town halls, and these are designed, they're called DeFi town halls, but really I would even go so far as to say, if you have anything EXO economy related, you should show up, feel totally totally allowed to ask any questions you may have. We know a lot of people are coming into crypto for the first time through the EXO economy and the EXO's token, and that's awesome. We can be an on-ramp to crypto. I think that's a really good thing for us. The second thing is those DeFi town halls there's a website. Nikki, if you could post the link to the event site where those are all posted. There's a bunch of them, so I'm not going to try to rattle off the dates. The next one is in a couple of hours. It's in an hour, 9, 10, 11, no, 2 hours from now. In addition to that, we have a big day coming up, which is on April 8th. We have the 3rd birthday party for the EXO economy and the EXO's token. The EXO's token the Genesis block occurred on April 8th, 0408, 26, is that right? 0408, no, gosh, I'm losing my mind. 2018, and we're coming up on the 3rd birthday, which is crazy. I think we actually didn't even celebrate the 2nd birthday because we were so busy and it was crypto winter. But this is a big deal. We're in a process of bridging our token to other important blockchains like Ethereum through wrap tokens. I mean, there is so much going on right now, and this is literally the cutting edge of crypto. It's the cutting edge of finance. If you start really digging into reading, the best way to learn all this stuff is not to go all academic. It's just to get started, get the wallet, get a couple of tokens in there, stake a little bit, help create the network itself by staking and securing and transmitting transactions by adding blocks to the chain. There's no better way to learn. And yeah, it can be a little frustrating day one, but it's okay. You know, this is how we learn. We do it, and I am actually really pleased that we've been an on-ramp to crypto for a lot of people over the last 3 years, and I think we have the opportunity to bring an awful lot more in, and I hope to have some more news to announce about that over the next few weeks. So let me see if there are any last things. Oh no, you know what? That's it. We're out of time for today. I'm going to cut this right on time. I want to say thank you so much to everybody. Again, it's incredible to see how much to life this is coming. And do not forget, please, to go and review the Sway proposals. Distributed governance is a critical aspect of the evolution of the EXO economy and OpenEXO itself. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.